In this series of tutorials, you will be learning how to create an account, file and pay sales tax returns, withholding tax returns, and all zero-based returns. You may start by going to www.ksrevenue.org, or you may go to www.webtax.org. We will be using the Kansas Department of Revenue homepage. We will go to the top of the screen. There's a yellow line. In the middle it says e-Services. You want to left click on e-Services once. This will take you to the Electronic Services homepage. If you go to the lower left-hand side, you'll see that there is a Kansas Web Tax link, and then right below that it says Use Web Tax Now. You may left click on either one of these. We are now on the login page. This is where you would log in if you already had your user ID and password created and then click Sign In. We do not have one yet, so we're going to start by clicking on Register Now. The next screen that comes up is your registration center. We will start by clicking in the business name, and make sure that when you enter in the information that you make the information specific to you and not specifically a particular business. You can add as many different tax types and tax accounts as you need to this one login. So we'll type in the business name. We'll go down to the contact title, the contact name, tab down to the telephone number. Make sure you enter in the dashes. You would type in a telephone extension if there was one. A fax number is right below that if you have one. Then we go down to the email address. You want to type in your email address. And then we're going to re-enter the email address below that. We will then go down to the user ID. Keep in mind that your user ID must be at least 6 characters and no more than 12, and can be numbers and letters only. We will then move down to the password section. Passwords must be 6 characters, no more than 12. It can include any of the symbols that are listed here above, and it must have at least 1 number and 1 letter. You will re-enter the password. We will then go down to the security question. You will need to select a security question and provide the answer in case you do forget your user ID and password, and then you may call in to us. If you know the answer to the security question, we can then provide you with your user ID and password. If you click on the drop-down arrow, it gives you a list of questions. You can either use one of these questions or you can create your own. I'm going to go ahead and use what is your mother's maiden name. The box below that is for the other question if you chose to choose your own question. And then we go down to the answer box and we type in the answer to that security question. We will then re-enter the answer below. And now we're going to move down to the settings. It wants to know what your primary use of this site will be. Tax file and pay, exemption certificates, or a tax credit. I'm just going to mark tax file and pay. And then we'll go down to where it says send me an email when. All of these have been checked. If you want to uncheck any of them, feel free to do so. If you leave them all marked, this is when the system will send you an email. We'll go down and click Continue. And the system now looks at the information. If there were any errors, it would give you a list of the errors right up here at the top. Mine says, please check your information and click Register when you are finished. I'm going to review the information, make sure that everything looks correct. As long as the information is correct, we're going to click on Register. If you needed to edit any of the information, you would click the Edit button. If you decided you weren't ready to create this yet, you could click Cancel. If you need to print the information off, there's a Print button over to the right. We're going to go ahead and click the register button. It now brings it up, and at the top, you will notice that it says your registration has been completed. Please click continue to be automatically logged in. So we will go to the bottom of the page and we will click continue. The system has now automatically logged you in.